We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How did I get fishy after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. It's Friday, October 10th. I didn't anticipate being here. I thought I would be done this morning after doing an Itsy broadcast with my good friend, who's also on this show, and a number of people. But guess what? Ben Allison, the big man, is sick, so I want you to give him your best wishes. But guess who else is sick? This guy, the one filling in. So give me your best wishes too. But before you do that, let me introduce the cast for you, because guess what we're going to do? Predict the card for Crown Jewel tomorrow so I can wake up at 5 a.m. and watch it, which I'm fired up about. Let me first introduce the guy that I've already seen earlier this morning in the DMV. We got Aunt U. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
Greetings and salutations, Wrestling Republic faithful. Thank you for being here on this Friday. We got Crown Jewel early in the morning tomorrow. I can't wait to see the results. I can't wait to predict the results, because being a university, we're always right. So I'm gonna pull this out and go 100% today, and we're gonna have some fun. So let's get into it.
I love that 100%, and I cannot wait to hear your predictions. But speaking of predictions, a guy who I've probably done more prediction shows with than anyone. It is not a Tuesday, but I'm going to keep it around the DMV area and all of that. Get your twos up on a Friday for Shoddy. I'm fired up. I hope you're as fired up as I am. How are you doing today?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Shad Talks Graps. And yes, man, I am back in the building today, man. I'm excited for this show. Definitely, we got a lot of wrestling to watch this weekend. It's a beautiful thing. Let's get right into it.
Absolutely. Let's do. Before we do, let's talk about this comment from DCX Warlord. That's bogus. It changed colors on its own. Don't just start making claims like that, DC. No, he did not dye his hair. It just changed back to normal.
Yeah, why'd you have to say that, DC?
Yeah, that
why you had to say the comment?
It looks great. That's so mean, but I do love it.
I love the fact that you noticed, because yes, I got a wedding come up next week, and you know what's at weddings? Bridesmaids. So I'm going to have some fun. No, I'm taking my wife with me. I'm joking. I know she's listening.
He's got a +1. He's got a +1. Shout out. Oh, we got prayers up for Ben, and then one less prayer up for me. Thanks a lot, Fernando. I'm kidding. Much love. But let's get right into the show. Let's start predicting matches, including one that almost was going to be a mismatch if Shad didn't point it out in the group chat. That's a little inside joke, but I did have to. It made me laugh. If Shad didn't catch this, we'd be predicting a match that wasn't happening. This one is happening. It's Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think two of the best up-and-comers in the business already holding titles. It's one of the coolest things there is. They were excellent on NXT. You and me covered them on Tuesday nights forever. In fact, Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy Tuesdays, took up the majority of our Tuesday shows for the beginning of the off-the-air program itself there, Shoddy. So I want to get your prediction here, because Stratton Vaquer, it is sort of a pick'em here. Neither title on the line, but a heck of a match, a dream matchup. Who do you have tomorrow? I guess it'd be morning for us in Perth.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this match is one of these champ versus champ situations. One of these, super big belts that they have. I believe they get a ring in the process. It's wonderful to see, man. With this particular matchup, there hasn't been much of a coded storyline to it, like the other match that we'll talk about later on the panel. And it's one of those reasons, because I guess maybe they don't have as much of a rich history. Maybe it's because both of them are baby faces. But I haven't necessarily hated it, just because, like you mentioned, it sets it up to be that dream match. It's two women at the top of their game, two of the best up-and-coming superstars on the WWE roster to this time frame. Two success stories from NXT onto the main roster. And that alone, man, it really delivers a big fight feel to it. And I'm someone who is a big fan of both of them. Y'all know how I'm the president of the Tiffany Stratton fan club. I'm a Tiffany Stratton truther, and I think she's been scrutinized a little too difficultly by the people out there in the wrestling space. And you do what you do, but she hasn't. She still has the accolades. She still has the accomplishments. So we do got to pay respect to her on that. But I say that to say this. I feel Stephanie Vaquer has more to gain in this matchup. I think she's so fresh into becoming a champion. This is kind of the first big match she has since becoming champion. Now, I know it's not for the belt. Regardless, this is something that you can kind of build off of. I think Stephanie is someone that you kind of need to strap the rocket on and let her fly as high as you can. I think Tiffany has accomplished so much as a champ. I think she's built herself to be a viable competitor. For Stephanie to go ahead and beat her in this matchup would do a lot for her, would progress her a lot as a character. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Stephanie Vaquer.
I love the pick because also you and I, as much as we've covered NXT, and I think you might agree with this argument because you invented being a Tiffany Stratton fan. Like you said,
Sure.
Tiffany Stratton truther, like you were first to the party. And I was there for it, so I can attest to that one. No
So
question.
I'll
sign that scorecard all day. You were ahead of everybody else. It's not even close. Stephanie Vaquer had a shorter run on NXT. I would argue that Tiffany Stratton was better on NXT. So far on the main roster, though, I think Stephanie Vaquer has made a larger impact earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And this win in and of itself, I'm not sure who needs it more. That's the part that scares me about it. Stephanie on paper makes sense, but part of me thinks Tiffany ought to win this one in an all-time bell-to-bell match. I'm going to save my pick for last, though, and go to you, Aunt You. Let's get your pick on this one, and then we'll bring it back around. Who do you have, Stephanie Vaquer or Tiffany Stratton?
So first thing I want to say is thank you, WWE, for giving us something different. I feel like the women's championships were a revolving door of the same people for such a long time that it's super cool that we get fresh faces in this match. I know Tiffany's had the belt for almost a year, but within that year, she hasn't done a lot. And I feel like both of these women pretty much are on the same trajectory. Like when Tiffany first came in, she had that rocket, and if it wasn't for some tweets or TikTok or whatever it was that slowed her down and made this come later, Tiffany would have been in the same boat Vaquer is on. But Vaquer has come in, and she has had nothing but banger match after banger match. I mean, I want to say her first match on the main roster was with Io Sky. Like, how crazy is that? So the run that Stephanie Vaquer has been on has been super amazing, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I feel like both women are going to be made to look really good, but just in the end, like Stephanie's going to pull it out. So that's my pick for this match, man. I really think that Stephanie Vaquer has this, and she's just got all the momentum going in. Looks super good. So I'm going Stephanie.
I love that. So we've got two picks Vaquer too, no less, which definitely leaves the ball in my court here. We've got a ton of comments that we definitely need to talk about. This one from Donnie. This match isn't about who needs it. It's to further propel Stephanie into that Rhea realm. Donnie, that sounds like a fantasy world, dude. You're better than that. Comments wise, like, what do you mean? This, of course, is about who needs it. This is, what do you mean? What are we doing here? Stop it. Of course it's who needs it more. Whether that's Stephanie needs it to be propelled into the Rhea realm or not, that's a separate conversation. But don't give me this whole, like, this is what it's about thing, overarching, whatever. Stop it. We're breaking down one match. It's Stratton versus Vaquer. And on paper, what it is very much about is who probably needs it more, because they're not fighting for anything else but that. They're fighting for a vanity ring. We know that. This is like the dynamite diamond ring at the end of the day. And then we've got Mad Dog 10 here with Stepho Def needs it. Tiffany can take the loss. Atomic Merp with Tiffy time is up.
Oh, yo, what's up with this slander on my girl's name by y'all in the comments? What are y'all drinking this morning, bro? Y'all been hitting the whiskey bottle hard? Let's put respect on Tiffany Stratton's name, bro.
And then we've got DCX Warder with, this is the greatest compliment I've ever gotten on the show, so I just want to take a second to say thank you. Clark is the Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler of Wrestling Republic. I'll take that every day. Finger quotes need from Donnie. I'm not just going to keep the finger quotes in there. Sorry, Donnie. It's all love. And so people say when someone can't afford to lose, neither person is in that situation. I couldn't agree more. And what I'm going to do that's even wilder in this moment is not even address that comment. I'm going to make my pick. And everybody's taking Stephanie Vauquer, and I think she's awesome. But the truth is, I think Tiffany Stratton wins this one. Shad, you're asking for respect on somebody? I'm not trying to break the tie. I'm not saying I can't see Stephanie winning. In my mind, the shock value, because it does feel like Vauquer, finger quotes, we're back to finger quoting, should win. But what Tiffany Stratton can do is steal that momentum, steal that mo. And she needs momentum more than Vauquer does right this second, I think. Honest to goodness, I truthfully believe that. I think Tiffany Stratton needs that sort of momentum, and I would love that. Donnie says Clark knows he's lying. I'm not lying. That is who I would pick. That is what I would do, and that is my prediction. But I do respect where you're coming from there, my friend. Wink.
Here's my honest opinion. Opinion. If Bianca Belair wasn't still hurt, Tiffany wouldn't be the champion right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
If that was the matchup, Stephanie versus Bianca, that would even be more difficult to pick who would win.
And we've got Street Booty 40 over on Instagram with Stratton needs to validate her title run. It's the screen name, man. I had to read the screen name.
Change your IG handle, whoever you are.
Dude, Street Booty 40 is kind of electric. I'm not going to lie. That's hilarious.
I don't know if that's PG.
I think it is. They didn't say anything super gnarly. Stratton needs to win to validate her title run. That's all that Street Booty 40 said. You know, I think we give credit where it's due there, Shad, personally.
She's beaten Nia and Jade at the same time.
Also, no profile picture. It's hard to tell who Street Booty 40 is.
Yeah, but she's going against a real, respect to Nia and Jade. She's going against someone who's actually a skilled wrestler now.
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem is Vauquer is, to me, Stephanie Vauquer just bleeds through the screen as far as charisma is concerned. So it's weird. I feel like she almost escapes the normal lexicon as far as booking is concerned, because Stephanie Vauquer just has it, whatever it is, she has it in spades. And Tiffany, I felt like that at first. We got to get back to really utilizing Tiffany Stratton's charisma. Whereas we're getting closer on Vauquer, I think that is the simplest solution here. If we're really being serious,
Let's wait though too. Remember, man, I think Stephanie Vauquer can be a long-lasting superstar, and I'm not saying I believe this, but it's like you said, it's the new kid on the block. It's the new girl in school, right? Everybody want to talk to the new girl in school back in the day.
Yeah,
you know, it's what we're fresh to see. I think she can hold that and hold it and continue to be a star and be in this phrase, the Rhea realm that was coined in the comments. But yeah.
Absolutely. We got an interesting comment here from newest member of the show, the Atomic Merp, aka Mary, which is, Tiffy lost me after Vegas. I just don't think it's her fault, though. I agree. Donnie is interesting here. Stephanie has improved so much since joining WWE in ring and with her language skills. Tiffany is the exact same as she was in NXT. Yeah, I disagree, because also, let's not undervalue what Tiffany Stratton has done off screen. Tiffany Stratton has been one of the best WWE superstars off screen, appearing on big time podcasts. No matter what you think about Impulsive, that work has been important. Tiffany Stratton is as close to being a
lot crowd reaction.
a massive crowd reaction, and to being a cross-platform superstar, just with her star power as anybody. And I do think she deserves credit for that. I also wonder, though, if that's part of the reason that her on-screen character has maybe suffered a little bit, because she's had all this extracurricular stuff. But at the same time, we've also got 4 more matches to predict here, guys.
Yeah,
And we
let's get to
don't
the
have
next
that
one.
much time. So let's get into it. We could talk about that one later, but save it. Remember, Mailbag Monday's coming up right on the back end of this pay-per-view weekend. Send in those takes, send in that mail, and we'll cover it on Monday 100%, because that's a conversation that I think we ought to put a bookmark in for sure. Let's talk about Rhea Ripley, though, and Io Sky tagging together, new friends, old friends, the Kabuki Warriors, idols, and Io, we know, has always looked up to Asuka. She said it 1,000 times. This storyline, Shad, you've talked about it the most. I'm going to go to you first on this one, because you've really broken it down here on the WR platform better than almost anybody, and how great this, we talked about on the podcast, how great this story is with Asuka and whatnot. So I really do want to get your thoughts when it comes to this match and everything. What does it mean for Rhea? What does it mean for Io? What does it mean for the Kabuki Warriors? And what do you see coming after this, as well as, of course, your prediction?
What does it mean for the most important person in the match? Kyrie. Oh, man, I love this storyline so much. I think Asuka has been the catalyst of why I enjoy watching Monday Night Raw every week. I think her character work is superb. I love her gaslighting Kyrie Sane. I like her just being disgusted by Io for signing with Rhea, and I just love her pure hatred and disdain for Rhea Ripley. It is the recipe of what makes the most captivating character in the WWE right now. My favorite heel in pro wrestling probably right now. She's just clicking on all cylinders, and this is a big time match. And this is a big time match because the story is so good for all the reasons I said with Asuka, with this, this sisterhood that Io and Rhea have, being incredible rivals, but having that same respect for each other. And Miss Kyrie Sane, just in the middle of all of it, man. Her heartstrings are being pulled by 2 of her best friends, her damage control sisters. She doesn't like seeing all of this. It is just so wonderful. And this is the match I'm most excited for tomorrow. If you disagree with me, guess what? You're wrong. You should look yourself in the mirror and think why you're wrong that you don't agree with me. Now, my prediction. I got Rio, not the greatest women's wrestler in AEW, but Rhea Ripley and Io winning this match. This is in Australia. Rhea Ripley is a megastar. I feel like they want to give that big moment, but I feel like the story's still going to progress with the Kabuki Warriors losing. I think Asuka is going to go BTA on Kyrie Sane tomorrow. I think she is going to blame her to lose, and I think she is going to be pissed down that poor woman's leg. It is going to be something that's going to elevate Asuka. And no, I don't think Asuka is going to win tomorrow, but trust, I think Asuka does win this feud down the road. And I think we're going to see a catapult for Asuka's character work and reward her on that. But for tomorrow, I got Rhea and Io winning.
Absolutely. So we got one pick, Rhea and Io. I got to go to you on this, and you. Who do you have in this one tag matchup? Shad, you broke that down perfectly. The rivalry has been off the charts. It's one of the best stories told on WWE TV. I think it's the best story told on this card. I'll go as far as saying that. And I think we're both on the same page of that. On that, you talk to me though, Aunt. You, who do you have as your pick in this one, and who pins who?
Okay, so I think so. I don't know. My brain has been working 3,000 miles a minute. Might just because I look younger, feel younger, but I feel something crazy is going to happen. Right? And so just hear me out on this. I think a new member is going to be introduced into the the Kabuki Warriors. Maybe not introduced full time, but could be introduced. Now we are in Perth, which is close to Japan. Perth is a whole lot closer to Japan than the United States is. Io Sky has a match coming up here recently, or has a match coming up with a Black Lotus Triad member of hers, one of her old teammates, and a Mayu Iwatani. So I could see, Io is going to hesitate. She's going to hesitate to hit either Kyrie or hit Asuka, and that hesitation is going to cost Rhea and Io the match. Or you could have an interference by one Mayu Iwatani, who will come in and distract Io, but something's going to happen, and I see the Kabuki Warriors winning. I think after SmackDown last week, Asuka is going to have something up her sleeves. I see Kyrie pinning Io.
Okay, so we've got
going to make her.
Kyrie pinning Sky for your pick, and the Kabuki Warriors win. We've got one pick from Shad. And who did you have on the pin again, Shad? I apologize. It's you had.
I got. I don't know. Rhea pinning Kyrie, saying death, taxes, and the woman named after my kitten taking the pin.
This is where it gets real interesting for me, because I think there's one story that needs to be told tonight. And we even have a Donnie De Silva, a friend of ours here, with the right move is for Asuka to pin Rhea. No, it's not. You're wrong too. There's only one story to tell here. What is the one thing in this whole wide world that Rhea Ripley can't do?
Beat Io
Pin
Sky.
Io Sky. And what does Asuka want to prove to Io Sky? That she ought to listen to her instead of Rhea Ripley. So why doesn't Asuka pin Io Sky tomorrow, in the morning? Why don't we have that story told? Wait a minute. I did what Rhea couldn't do. I pinned you. Do it right in front of Rhea's face. Throw a little bit of mud in the water. Let's get dirty in here. Let's make it weird. Even weirder than it already is. Because now you got jealousy across the board. And then stuff can hit the fan. And that's where my head's at when it comes to this one is, I think you have Asuka pin Io this time. And maybe even make it Rhea's fault. Rhea makes a mistake. It's an accident. But make it look blamable. Make it look like it might have been Rhea's fault. Make it look like Rhea botched something or messed something up. Sorry, I didn't mean to use the B word. The B-O word, that is, but still.
You have Asuka hit Rhea with the mist, and as Rhea's swinging and trying to get away, she accidentally hits Io. Something like that. Crazy.
Something like that. Yep, I love it. Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling, though, because we got a lot of matches to predict here today. Let's talk about AJ Styles against John Cena. The faces that used to run the places are going to do it one more time. Yeah. Heck yeah. I love it. One of the greatest Twitter builds in the history of professional wrestling. I can't wait to see this one. So, Aunt you, I want to get your prediction for the 1,000th time. The internet favorites, AJ Styles and John Cena, will lock it up in Perth. Who do you got?
Yeah, so I'm going to make this quick. This match is going to end in a double disqualification or in some sort of disqualification. I believe that Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day are going to come out and jump AJ Styles. They may jump John Cena too, just to take both of them out. That's what the Judgment Day does. And this could potentially set up a match at Survivor Series with John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Grand Slam winner. Here we come. 17 times.
I love it. So you've got Cena picking up the victory, though, correct?
No, I have both of them getting jumped. I have a double disqualification.
Non-finish. Okay. That is totally fair. Shoddy, let me get your pick when it comes to this one. Who do you got?
I got John Cena winning. I mean, there ain't really much to this to be built at all. I know it's just the fact that this is a classic, matchup between these two guys, the historic rivals, blah, blah, blah. Everybody loves it, blah, blah, blah. This is John Cena's last retirement tour, blah, blah, blah. John Cena wins. I don't care.
I am a little bit with you on the don't care part. Where I'm not with you is on the John Cena wins part. For me personally, when it comes to this one, got a little funk to throw at you. I like your idea of double DQ. And where I actually think this one works out is I think Dom Mysterio costs John Cena this match. That's how we set up Dom and John to win that IC title. And I've got a new prediction for John Cena's final opponent. It's Sheamus. Let John Cena win that IC title to complete the Grand Slam against Dom in November at Survivor Series. And then let Sheamus beat John Cena on the way out to complete the Grand Slam at Saturday night's main event. It's poetic justice. It's beautiful. And it makes sense. We get back there. These are all common opponents. Everywhere we've been when it comes to that division, it adds up. And that's why I believe Dominic Mysterio comes out and costs John Cena this match, which leads to John Cena's last great triumph. He checks the final box on one of the greatest resumes in wrestling history at Survivor Series. And that's something, if I was in creative for WWE, I would not leave on the table. There's no reason to do that. You only have so much time left. Break glass in case of emergency, Cena IC title. Get the fire hydrant immediately. Break the glass. Do it. That's the way that I look at it right now. Personally, I think that's the best route we can go, and I love it.
Then Clark wakes up and he realizes the WWE in 2025, and they won't do that.
I know. That's the scariest part. I'm hoping they're listening to give them good ideas, man. That's half the battle here, Shad, right? Like, I'm trying to help them out.
If Cena wins it, I think John Cena shouldn't have one final opponent. I think it should be like a Royal Rumble, like a gauntlet match or something.
Match. Face them all.
Well, I mean, just like a Royal Rumble, an over the top rope battle royal, for the Intercontinental Championship. And then that way you can have John look super good, be in the ring with a bunch of people, and you can give Sheamus a win like that. If it's going to be one-on-one, I don't want to see Cena drop the title. If Cena wins the IC title, I don't want to see him drop it. I want to see him leave with it and then them have a tournament for the IC title or something like that. But no, if Cena wins it, let him leave with it.
No, I think he's got to go out on his back. I think John's got to go out on his back. That's the place where I disagree with you. I think he's got to go out. I think he's going out looking up at the lights. I actually dig that. I think that makes a lot of sense.
You know, if he wrestled Sheamus in his last match, where he might go after.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Remember what happened to Edge?
John Cena's not going to AEW. Stop.
John Cena's all elite.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. As
I don't think John has any he'll be Donnie, that's the only stone left unturned on his whole resume, Donnie.
It makes sense to go to AEW.
Flair's record. It makes tons of sense. And then we got Fernando here. He's following me. We got the Atomic Merp, obviously understands that Cena's going to win because nobody has more John Cena shirts than our good friend Mary. That is just an absolute fact.
I know, bro. She got like more Cena shirts than the retirement tour.
The collector of collectors. And that's with respect. Let's talk about what might be the main event. Rumors aside, whatever it is, it's either going to be this or it's going to be that. It's going to be this. It could be this or it could be that.
This, you could get
with that. Yeah, it's
right.
It's either it's one of the next two if you're looking at the right side of the screen. I got a weird feeling that it's going to be this one in the main. That's just a weird feeling that I have, so don't take any stock in that. But we've got the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief in an Australian street fight. And this is what I don't understand is both of the guys have nicknames that say tribal. And tribal combat is the same rules as a street fight. But we decided not to use that in this one. So we went with Australian rules street fight, which means I'm assuming we're going to have like boomerangs provided, weapons of that sort, maybe alligators, a moat.
Kangaroos.
If we got kangaroos, those are that's a little bit sketchy. I don't know if you know if they kick you in the chest, you die. It's like
do it for the love of the game.
It's the same as getting smacked by a moose. And I'm not talking about the wrestler. I'm talking about like real mooses. But Dingoes could be an issue, I guess, in this one.
Koala bears.
Koalas. Yep. Well, and they
I
carry
want to see. I
syphilis,
want to see
too.
a koala bear do
So
like a Spanish fly on
double
Roman Reigns
danger.
from the top of a tree.
You know, koalas carry syphilis too, so double danger there if they bite you and stuff.
I think some dogs are going to be involved in the match. There's
dingoes, couple of dingoes, sharks in the water.
I think a
Whatever
Georgia
they say.
Bulldog.
I don't know.
Georgia
maybe
Bulldog is going to be
Winner,
involved.
the rumor is the winner of this match gets a gift card at Outback Steakhouse.
Yes, winner gets a gift card to Outback and a tub of Vegemite. 100%. The land down under. Either way, I thought this realistically should have been tribal combat. It's not going to be. It's Thief versus Chief. And I just don't necessarily see Bronson Reed stealing this one, even with home field advantage. Here's where I'm tripping out, though. I know a couple of Australians. As much as I made those jokes, this very much could be a crowd that hijacks this and gets behind Bronson Reed, because that's how Australians operate. That is my only fear here. The crowd might genuinely go full go Bronson go. I could see that happening far too easily in Australia compared to any. This isn't France. This isn't London. This isn't whatever. It's Australia's unique in that way. That's where I'm curious. I'm going to give my pick first this time because I've been waiting generally, but I'm going to give my pick first this time. I think Bronson Reed actually does somehow get this done. Truthfully, I hope it's by shenanigans, but I think he gets it done, and I think he beats the Tribal Chief. And then we don't see Roman Reigns for quite some time. I think he absolutely should win this. But I'm going to go to you first, Shadi. Who do you got? Roman Thief or Chief?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that this is their second encounter and the fact that this is in Perth, it makes me feel like it is leading all routes to Bronson Reed having a defying moment for his career in beating Roman Reigns. And I think that is the avenue they're going to go. I think it logically makes the most sense. I know that it was spoken about earlier this week in regards on the show that, this would hurt Roman. I feel like Roman is borderline Teflon, in the type of match that you have geared for it being a street fight protects him, man. I feel like the numbers game can come in their favor. I wouldn't be surprised if more backups come to the Vision. I wouldn't be surprised if they added an additional member into the group this coming week. Like, that's the type of numbers game I think that will come into play and benefit the Vision. I think Bronson Reed definitely deserves this moment and will get this moment. I think I said it earlier in the week. If there's one clear net positive with the Vision and for what it has done for all the members of the group, it's without a doubt Bronson Reed. He's the guy who has benefited the most. He has got an opportunity to have matches with some of the most upper echelon talent in the WWE. He's got an opportunity to get pins over a legend like Randy Orton. He's got a chance to let someone amazing like Paul Heyman manage him and boost his stock. And I feel like they see that rising star within him. And like, it's one of those things that it always is a case. It might be something you don't expect kind of being the thing that flourishes. It might be a case where Bronson Reed could potentially be the big main event star compared out of the two Brawns. Like, they may have not expected it, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's just what grows from what you're planting. His flower planted and bloomed a little quicker than Braun Breaker's. So to that, yeah, man, I got Bronson Reed getting the win this Saturday morning.
I love it, and I'm with you. And I think you broke it down perfectly too here on when it comes to what this could mean for Bronson Reed in the future. It's also the serendipity of Australia, man. Come on, what are the odds? Yeah. Right, we show up here. It's kind
I don't know if he'll get more. I don't know if he'll get more reaction than Roman Reigns, though. It's a tough one. You might be right, but I don't know because Roman Reigns is like he's like a huge star. So
I don't think upon entrance, right to your point there, that it'll feel that way. I could see it mid-match though. One of those sort of organic builds within the crowd, where suddenly, if delivered correctly, the crowd starts getting behind Bronson. I don't know how positive that is. That's the only thing that scares me.
It's potential to happen, though. I got you.
But I do think it's like a possibility. I'm with you. I think now is strike while the iron's hot. Bronson, if you're ever going to win the biggest match of your career, and there's a potential for this to go out as the main event, and you're from Australia, you're in Perth, and all of this, now is the absolute time. 100%. And so I'm going with Bronson Reed myself. I already have, but Ant, we got to get your pick on this one. Do you have the tribal chief or do you have the thief, as do me and Shad?
I got to go with you guys. I think it's going to be Bronson Reed. But there's going to be so many shenanigans in this match. And I think Jimmy's going to be the one that ends up costing Roman Reigns. And it's going to be accidental, but it's going to help lead to the, I don't want to say heel turn, but the more serious fact of Roman and Jay, to where Jimmy's going to start being left behind. That's what I see happen.
I would love for exactly what you said to happen, except for it to be Jay. I want Jay to take Bronson in the Vision side and be like, you know what? F this. Main event, right-hand man, I'm done. Stop it. This is silly.
Jay's been
stupid. I'm done.
Listening to Roman too much, though.
Yeah, yeet this. That's where I think he goes, you know what? I'm tired of listening to you. Sick of this. So. I don't like the seat next to you. I want the one on that side of the table. You know what I want to do is order the appetizers for once. I think that's Jey Uso's.
Roman's gassing him up to be the.
That's in Jey Uso's future. You know what I want to do at dinner one time, Roman? Is I want to order the appetizers for once. Right? Because, I mean, I would imagine Roman gets good ones, but there's like stuff that he leaves off the menu for Jay. Right? Like, what if Jay wants garlic bread? And Roman's like, nah. We're getting the scallops. Right? Like, that can get dangerous. I think that's the future, but I'm with you. I hear you. Yeah, I've got shenanigans too, given the finish, but it is weird. We are 3 for 3 on Roman Reigns is going to lose tomorrow. Right? Which I don't know if that's ever happened on the daily, where 3 predictors have ever picked against Roman Reigns. This could be history, especially if he does lose there. That is something interesting to consider, given the last few years. You know what I mean, Ant? Like, that's just funky.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. It'll be crazy.
It'll be crazy. Speaking of crazy, though, this is something I didn't want to have to talk about today. Didn't even want to have to talk about it, but I'm filling in for a good friend of mine named Ben. He's sick. Get better. But that guy that everybody likes, the suits guy with the clips, and what was his? He's got the neck tattoo. Cody Rhodes. He's the champion, and he's facing Seth Rollins again. And I had some information slide across my desk this week that I just didn't want to have slid across my desk. And that is that Cody Rhodes is 22-0, including house shows against Seth Rollins lifetime. So, woof. Thankfully, that wasn't mentioned when we booked this one. I think there's a reason it's not going to be the main event. Shoot. I don't know if I've ever been more frustrated by anything than the ring, the way this has affected the vision, the way it's leaked into multiple storylines, the way that we haven't built a new challenger for the WWE title that Cody Rhodes carries, the way we haven't truly built another challenger for the world title that Seth Rollins carries. And we've distracted ourselves with this stuff that involves the Vision, who are half involved in the rest of the card as well. I don't understand why this match matters for a ring, and we're not criticizing it the same way we did the Dynamite Diamond Ring. The 2 out of 5 times it didn't really matter, because this doesn't really matter, other than Seth absolutely must win the match. Because if he doesn't, I will never buy it again that he can beat Cody Rhodes. If it's Michael Jordan and 0, it's 23-0 against Seth Rollins, I'm done with it. I don't care anymore. Pick a new guy that can beat him. I'm done. Stop it. Seth Rollins has to win tomorrow. Period. There's no choice. There's no scenario where Cody Rhodes could win or should win in any way. And more importantly, I want him to smash that stupid watch from Cody's narcissistic, story-ending, bogus, whatever. Smash that dumb Rolex. How whiny can you be? Like 8 months after the fact, he's like, well, Seth never wore it. You gave him a freaking $50,000 Rolex. What do you mean he didn't wear it? That's not like a day-to-day watch. Shut up. Shut up, Cody. Shut up. It makes me so mad. If Seth doesn't win this match, I almost said I quit. I don't. I will not do that. But I will quit talking about Cody Rhodes. I'm just done. I won't even mention him. I'll act as if he doesn't exist and cover the rest of the industry. And I'm going to you first. Who's your pick, Cody or Seth? Shoot.
For the pure hatred of Cody Rhodes, I'm going Seth Rollins.
Absolutely. That is exactly what we needed. And
Hey, you said that joint so calmly.
it was perfect. No, that was like out of a movie.
Cody Rhodes. I'm alive.
Cody Rhodes. No, that was ice. That was an action movie line there, ain't you? That was money. Who do you got, Shadi?
Yeah, man. So I will say, before I give my pick, I think that Seth Rollins deserves full credit for anybody being particularly interested in this match, just because to a lot of the point that you said, I do not care about these titles and these rings and the jewelry. You know, this is a pawn shop match. You know, make a couple 500 off of that. Like I don't care. The fact that they had to go to Saudi Arabia to bring this to Australia means that that's more of a story than anything tied to what matters with these belts. But I digress. I think Seth Rollins has garnered my interest because he has this is weighing heavy on him. The words Cody told him, the numbers over his head, not being able to beat him doing so much for this guy, but not being where he is on the food chain. Seth is the ultimate B option to anything he does, whether it's against Roman, whether it's against Punk, whether it's against Cody. He has kind of always felt like, you matter a lot and you do a lot, but like you're not one of them. And to me, I feel like that garners my interest because that's going to captivate the crazy. That's going to captivate for him to really get in his bag. I got Seth Rollins beating Cody Rhodes, and I got him beating him to a bloody pulp. I got him beating him fairly quick in the match. Cody Rhodes, if you want to know something about him, he's captain adversity, right? Like he goes through these, you knock him down a peg and he's going to get himself up. He's going to climb the ladder. He going to get curb stomped a couple pegs down the ladder. I think this is a monumental match for Seth. I think this is the thing that's going to put Seth in that position of what we imagine him to be with this heel turn and being with the Vision. So I got Mr. Rollins.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think we're 3 for 3 on Seth. I would love the image of, you know what I think would be awesome is if he somehow breaks that stupid Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
The knockoff one, like my dad had a Rolex and I need one now that I finished the story so everyone thinks it's still cool. It's like, yeah, sure you do. Then he started handing them out to friends too. Like he's just rolling it. He's Scrooge McDucking into cash based on fleecing us on that stupid story about himself. And next thing you know, Seth Rollins breaks this watch, hands it to the referee, looks him dead in the eye, and goes, "Give me the ring." He trades it. It's like a straight trade. That visual would be outstanding. I would love to see that. Like, I'd rather have the ring than the watch. Here's the broken watch. Whatever, however you use it, whether it's stomped or he uses it like brass knuckles or something, break it. Break it. That's got to go. It's got to go. Yeah. That's the real story to be told tonight. But with that, that is going to bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. We love you so much. We're going to be back same time, same place tomorrow. Oh, nope, that's wrong. After the show when it comes to Crown Jewel, that's when we'll be back. It's going to be a little different than normal. Check that out, though. We'll be updated on all of the WR platforms and whatnot. Thank you so much for tuning in on behalf of me, and you, and Shadi, all of us at WR. Hope you have a great rest of your Friday. No, Cody is not going to lose.
I don't hate
win.
Cody.
Well, yeah, we all hate him anyway.
I don't hate him. I like Cody.
It's okay. Well, that's for a different
He's
show.
a good dude. I just like Seth a little more.
We'll talk about that later. Either way, Seth's going to win tomorrow. We love it. Have a great Friday. Happy Friday. Aloha, my friends in Hawaii, because I didn't even get to say that one. Have a great day. We will talk to you soon.